This is my attempt to understand how to figure out what hour it is in Swahili. Telling time in Swahili is slightly different than what we're used to. And so in making this video, I hope to better understand it myself, and maybe some of the things that I've thought about can help somebody else understand it, hence the video. So here we have an analog clock face, which is my preference, kind of old school like that. So we know that hour in Swahili is sa. So this is the hour hand. I'm not going to worry about this, the minute hand or the second hand right now. Just what hour are we looking at? Because for me, this was the most challenging. So the first thing we need to know is that everything centers around 6 a.m. roughly. The sun rises in East Africa, roughly goes down around 6 p.m. It's kind of an elegant way to keep track of your day, just not one that we're attuned to. So what that means is that if everything's around 6, then we start counting at 6. So our first hour, Samoja, is on the 7, which creates a complication for figuring out what all the other hours are, but hopefully this will help. So 2 ways that I've thought about it. One relies on the clock face. The other one doesn't. You can use the clock face or a digital clock. So that's this first way. So the first way you can think about it is that if the hour is 6 or below, from here, then you can take the hour and you can add 6. So sa, add 6, which means that if the hour hand is pointing towards the 1, you have you add 6 and you have sa, saba. If it's pointing at the 2, or if it's 2 o'clock, sa, nane. If it's pointing at the 3, tisa, kumi, kumi na moja, and kumi na mbili. And that takes us to sa moja, where it starts again. So that's anything less 6 and below, you can add 6, and that will give you the hour. So anything above 6, so from 11 or from 12 down here to 7, you can take the hour and you can subtract 6, and that'll give you the hour in Swahili. So if let's start here on the 7. So 7 minus 6 is moja, 1. 8 minus 6 is mbili, so sa mbili. 9 minus 6, tatu. Ne, tano, and sita. So if the hour hand is pointed at the 12, it's sa sita, or pointed, in between the 12 and the 1. Sa sita. So that's one way you can think about it. That will work both with the clock face and with just a regular or just a digital clock, whatever your preference or whatever you have. The second way relies solely on the clock face, and what when I was looking at this kind of quote unquote discovered is that if the hour hand is pointed at your number, because it's 6 hours away, you can just look across the way and you can figure out what hour it is. So if it's pointing at the 12, you can just look across and it's 6, so it's sita. If it's pointed at the 6, you can look across the way, it's kumi na mbili. If it's pointed at the 1, you look across the way, sa saba. Conversely, if it's pointed at the 7, it's sa moja, because across is 1. So this works for all of them. So 2 is sa nane, 8 is sa mbili, 3 is tisa, tatu, kumi, ne. And if it's pointing, let's go off pointing at the 5, or in between the 5 and the 6, kumi na moja, because this is his neighbor across the way, in tano. So again, that only works if you have a watch or a clock face, but if you have trouble remembering what number that's supposed to be, you can just look across the way, and it's that one right there. So it's two ways, either adding or subtracting 6, or looking across the clock face at what number it is, that help me kind of figure out how to tell what hour it is in Swahili. So I hope this helps. Maybe we'll do another one on the minutes and so forth, but this was the most challenging part, so I thought it might be helpful.